Me and Kobe, besides the late great Kobe, obviously, me and Kobe never had a real relationship either.
Kobe or LeBron? Well, I mean, that's a tough one. I'd say Kevin Durant. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, in terms of dominance of the game of basketball at this stage, is LeBron. Championship-wise, Kobe Bryant. He wants it so bad and he's willing to go to the extreme, guarding the point guards at the age of 34, playing 38 minutes, 40 minutes. That's ludicrous.
So, let me ask you this. What happens when the NBA's golden image of brotherhood between two generational legends turns out to be a carefully packaged illusion? You've seen the highlight reels, the handshakes, the polite tweets, the smiles for the cameras. But beneath that glossy surface, there's a story the league never wanted you to hear. A story about loyalty, ego, and the quiet kind of rivalry that can eat away at a man's pride long after the game is over. And this one? It's about Kobe Bryant and LeBron James, and the reality behind a relationship that was never really a relationship at all. You might think, come on, two of the greatest players ever? Of course they respected each other. They had to be close, right? That's the belief the NBA has been spoon-feeding us for years. But the truth, as Vanessa Bryant is now finally peeling back, is far from that. She says Kobe couldn't stand LeBron. Not in the cartoonish, trash talk in the locker room way.
No.
This was deeper. It was about something far more personal than stats or championships. And the proof. It's hiding in plain sight. From the way Kobe muted TV segments when LeBron's name came up, to the subtle silences in Vanessa's public speeches, to the fact that the NBA seemed to crown a new king before the old one had even left his throne. Today, we're pulling this all apart, because once you see the full picture, you'll never look at their so-called friendship the same way again. Here's how this is going to go. First, I'm going to take you through the part everyone sort of knows, the public rivalry and how the league's marketing machine was quietly shifting its spotlight away from Kobe years before his retirement. Then we're going to dive into the part that never made the sports talk shows, the private comments, the strategic snubs, the way corporate sponsorships and sneaker deals became battlegrounds for legacy. Finally, we'll get to the most telling detail of all, the way Vanessa Bryant is still fighting, even now, to keep Kobe's name from being rewritten out of the story. Let's start here, with the second most explosive truth before we get to the biggest one. Years before Kobe hung up his jersey, the shift was already happening. Picture this. You're still winning titles, you're a 5-time champion, a finals MVP, a global icon, and yet every time you turn on ESPN the conversation is, has LeBron already passed Kobe? The Bleacher Report headlines weren't asking if, they were declaring it. This wasn't comparison. This was coronation. And for Kobe, who had built every inch of his Lakers identity through sweat and injury and 4 a.m. workouts, it felt like being erased before the funeral. Vanessa has said privately that Kobe would mute the TV when those debates came on. Not because he was bitter about LeBron's talent. He respected talent, but because it felt like the flowers that should have been given to him while he was alive were being handed to someone else while he was still on the court. That hits harder when you remember that one of Kobe's final nights alive was spent watching LeBron pass him on the all-time scoring list. In Philadelphia, his hometown, the NBA blasted it across every outlet. Kobe tweeted congratulations. But according to Vanessa, he didn't smile once. Now here's where the open loop begins. That night wasn't just about numbers. Kobe had something planned for LeBron that weekend, and it never got released. Hold that thought, because before we get to that, let's talk about the best point of all. The reason this tension never really healed. When LeBron arrived in LA, Kobe was polite, publicly welcoming. Privately, he was unsettled. Think about it. You've spent 2 decades turning the Lakers into your house, your kingdom, your signature. Then one day, without asking you, the organization brings in another monarch. They roll out the red carpet. They plaster his face everywhere. They don't even ask you to be part of the welcome campaign. One former Lakers assistant said it felt like inviting someone into your home and realizing they'd already thrown out your furniture. T.O. Kobe, Lakers' greatness wasn't something you inherited because of your name or hype. It was something you bled for. And that difference, earning it versus being handed it, was something Vanessa later said Kobe flat out told her. That's the difference between me and LeBron. I wanted to earn it. He wanted it given to him. And now we close that earlier loop, the weekend Kobe died. Vanessa told a friend that he had planned to release a video letter to LeBron, congratulating him for passing him on the scoring list, but also defending his own legacy. Passing the torch, yes, but on his terms. And then the crash happened. That message never came. What was left was a silence that no tribute could fill. From there, things only got more complicated. When Nike began shifting its marketing toward LeBron's brand and even discussed sunsetting certain Kobe product lines, Kobe pushed back hard. He was ready to take Mamba independent. Vanessa confirmed that after his death, she pulled the estate out of the Nike deal entirely, rejecting billions in potential revenue to protect what Kobe had envisioned. And here's where the audience needs to feel the emotional gut punch, because Kobe saw this coming. He warned his daughters, "Once I'm gone, they're going to pretend I never did what I did." And he was right. A year later, Bleacher Report ran, "Is LeBron already the greatest Laker of all time?" 2 years with the team. 5 championships versus 2 seasons. And still they asked, the rest of this isn't just about LeBron. It's about how Kobe built his fire through conflict. Shaq, Duncan, the Celtics, even minor role players who crossed him. Kobe wasn't trying to be liked, he was trying to be remembered. And that's the through line Vanessa is now making sure no one forgets. And you know what's fascinating? While LeBron's name might dominate the headlines, Kobe's mentality dominates the locker rooms. Jason Tatum's armband, Devin Booker's legendary tattoo, Naomi Osaka's public credit to Kobe's influence. That's not hype, that's reach. Vanessa knows the NBA's official documentaries won't show the full man. So she's working on her own: the injuries, the scandals, the redemption arcs, the Oscar, the fatherhood, the rivalries. All of it unfiltered. Because Kobe trusted her, not the league, with the truth. And that leaves us here, years later, with Vanessa as the guardian of a name they've tried to soften, sanitize, and bend into the shape that fits the next marketing cycle. She's not letting that happen, because the reality is this: Kobe Bryant doesn't need rewriting. He just needs remembering. And if that means challenging LeBron's role in the story, so be it. No crown, no highlight reel, no PR campaign is heavy enough to carry the weight of the Mamba.